Hey, what's up, everybody? JC, Everyday Thoughts is in the building. What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing tonight? Special guest for me tonight, Mr. Mario himself, Mr. K112101, the GOAT, and Mr. Mario Cochran. So, everybody gather around. Today's topic is why you should get married, you know. And yeah, hope everybody's having a good day, blessed day. Hopefully, everybody have a very blessed holiday tomorrow, Easter, if you do celebrate that holiday. Coffee, what's going on, Mario? What's going on, Tanisha Williams? How's everybody doing today? What's going on, Sammy? Hold on one second. What's going on, Mika?
What's going on, brother?
Yo, I'm good, bro. What's good with you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm getting settled over here.
Yeah, I seen you was out having a good time with family today, you know?
Definitely, definitely. They wore me out, bro. They wore me out, man.
Oh, wow. That's what's up, though. What's going on, Miss Lawson? What's going on, Jamia? But tonight's topic is why you should get married. You chose this topic for tonight. What's your thought process about that?
Well, I mean, I think first of all, man, I was talking to a few of my friends or whatever case to be, and they were talking about their relationships, and one of them was kind of talking about how black men don't get married. And I said, well, I think black men get married. It's just the fact that right now it's difficult to find somebody that you trust. And it's difficult for a man to hang up, what I'm saying, his quote unquote player's card. So I think it's a lot of men getting married. Do they stay married? Who knows? But I think for right now, what I'm saying, that's the question right now. Are men ready to settle down? You know what I'm saying? Are men ready to settle down?
Yeah, I feel you on that. I mean, some men want to get married early, some men want to play the field, but it all depends on what his core values are. A lot of times, a lot of men, older men, they'll tell you, you want to have your fun right now in your 20s, then, you want to settle down mid 30s, early 40s. So, what's your take on that? You want, as far as just experiencing life before decide to say this is the person I want to be with the rest of my life.
You know what? Sometimes, man, you do get into a situation where you just meet the right person at the right time. So when you talk about experience in life, sometimes you don't experience life until you get with that person, until you get with your soulmate or your significant other that kind of shows you what living your life is. You know what I'm saying? Because you could be a couch potato, and that other person could be a person that say, "Hey, let's go out and do something." You can not be a spontaneous person, but the other person is. So sometimes it takes a person that you care about, you love, and you respect to get you out of your bubble or your way of thinking based on how you've been living your life. Sometimes it takes somebody to awaken you and say, okay, well, hey, let's go do something out of the norm. You know what I'm saying? To think outside the box. So I think for that, hey, those are people that you want to stay in contact with. Those are people that you want to be in your life. And for men, if you find a woman that is takes the time to show you something different and to move a different way in regards to how she is and show you, hey, I'm respectable, I handle my business, etc. I mean, those definitely relate to wife material.
Yeah, and I made a post earlier this week saying, your wife material just with or without the ring,
Okay.
Basically what
Okay.
basically what I was saying was, your wife, a lot of times, a lot of women they are wife material, but a lot of these guys are really shy, don't want to go out, don't want to do any kind of meet and greets, don't want to go to any kind of carnival, any kind of events. And a lot of times, when they go to these single events, the women outnumber the men. So we got to get more men into involved in some of these groups, activities, and get out their shell, like you were saying earlier, because there are a lot of good men out there, but if they're sitting at home on Facebook playing PlayStation, playing Xbox all day, it's like they're not going to really be able to get chosen, or a lot of them not going to be able to get chosen, and they're going to keep dealing with what's in their circle, what may be as far as players, max, womanizers, etc. Because they're not putting themselves out there. What's your take on that?
Well, you know what I'm saying? In reference to putting yourself out there, right now, I think that people do a good job in marketing themselves. I think that we all kind of put ourselves in positions, whether it's being with our friends, whether it's posting on social media, we all find outlets to kind of market ourselves. So with that being said, it's really about um, who we want to entertain. You see what I'm saying? And people have to remember that the way you market yourself is the way, you know what I'm saying, are the type of people that you're going to attract. Now, some people say, hey, I dress like this, so I want to attract people like, you know what I'm saying, like X, Y, and Z. But I think some people miss the mark. Like you have a lot of women, they say, hey, look, I'm a dress a certain type of way and I want men to respect me. But those men, based on how they grew up, and how they view women, they're not going to respect you in that manner. So you may not get the long-term relationship out of based on how that man perceives you. You may not get the commitment to marriage based on how that man perceives you. So you got to make sure that you're attracting the right people so you can get the right outcome.
Yeah, I mean, you're right about that. I mean, it's all about your image too. But a lot of times we'll sit here and say, okay, dress in a certain way, act a certain way. But a lot of times, a lot of women that I've talked to that say, okay, I'm celibate, I'm waiting till marriage. A lot of times they'll be like, well, guys don't want us. They don't appreciate the woman that's sitting there and want to wait till marriage. They want the woman that, they give it up the first week or first month, etc. It contradicting what they say about they wanting to get to a woman, but they're constantly attracted to Thalisha or women in the club, strippers, etc. So what's your take on that? It's like we'll say one thing, but at the end of the day, we'll sit there and contradict ourselves. We're lust after the strippers, but yet we're saying talking about we want this good, wholesome woman.
Well, JT, you just said it, brother. You know what I'm saying? I mean, every time we have this conversation, brother, every time we decide, let's go live, let's have a topic, we always keep it real, right? Of course, people are going to be attracted to people in a manner where they're physically attractive. Of course, you're going to look. Of course, you're going to lust behind those people. However, lusting behind someone doesn't mean you want to make them your wife. Doesn't mean you want them to have your children. Doesn't mean that you want to build a business. Doesn't mean you want to travel the world. That means you probably just for that night want to have sex. You just for that night want to entertain whoever that lady is or that guy is based on how they look. So that doesn't mean long term. Now, if you find someone that looks good, that's attractive, that's appealing to the eye, smell good, hygiene on deck, they're articulate, and you find that they got a mind and they have goals, then that's a plus. That's a plus. But we want to talk about why people are not getting married. They're not getting married because it's like, okay, well, hey, I'm not ready to commit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure that being in a committed relationship is what I want to do. And a lot of things influence that. It could be friends, it could be past relationships, it could be society, it could be your mode of thinking. Like, well, if I commit to this person, what am I missing out on being single? Talk to me, bro.
Yeah, you're right about that. I mean, everybody has their own motives. That's why I don't feel like you need to be stringing nobody along. You don't want marriage, and the person do, whether it's man or female. Just be honest with what you want. Like I always say, according to let's say your core values. Like you want to get married, and the person don't want to be married, then you have to know how to cut ties off, man or woman.
You know what? Mr. Lethbridge says already getting husband and wife benefits. So here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna say some things that some people ain't gonna like. And
Uh
I
oh.
tend to do that. I
Uh
tend to
oh.
do that. I tend to do that from time to time. But here's the thing, ladies, y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop dealing with nobodies. That means guys that's not ambitious, guys that don't have a focus and a drive, guys that still trying to live out a dream when they know that they should be actually living out a reality. Guys that don't support the things that they need to support. You have to stop trying to, you know how they used to say, or they probably still say, you can't make a hoe a housewife. Well, you can't. You can't make a bum a husband, okay? And that's the problem. I think we fall into a rut where if you look good, then we can fix you. Like if you find somebody on the street and you look good enough, we can fix you. We can put you in a suit. We can put you in a tie. We can cut your hair. Here's the thing. If you put a bum in a suit, they're still going to have the thinking capacity of a bum. They're not going to be able to, well, let's just say, they're not going to be able to articulate. They're not going to be able to carry themselves in a manner because they're used to doing what they want to do. They're used to saying, oh, I'll take a shower later. I'll wash up later. You know what I'm saying? You got to find people that fit the narrative in which you want to promote. Stop trying to create the narrative with anybody that gives you attention. And I think that women fall short of that because they're quick to move men in their house. They're quick to say, you're my bae, you're my boo. They're quick to throw out titles. And a lot of times the men that you're giving these titles to, they don't deserve your time. But you want to fill that void. That's the problem.
Yeah. Okay, let me read some of these comments. What's going on, Michelle, Sammy, Donetta, Renee, Sunshine, Miss Covington. Oh, what's going on, Angela? What's going on, everybody? But yeah, though, hold on. Angela said the mind must be reconditioned. But yeah, though, you're right about that. You know, like I said, you gotta love yourself first. Because a lot of times people, you know, what they do tend to move fast with men as far as moving the man. Don't even know this man's last name, don't even know his address, his phone number, etc. But you're trying to move this man in, you know. But like I said, a lot of women uh they maybe have like self-esteem, low self-esteem. That's why they deal with or tolerate with toxic men,
No,
etc.
JC. We're not doing that, JC. Come here. Come here, JC. Come here. Give me a hug. Come here. Give me a hug. Come here. Give me a hug, JC. Come here. Come here. We're not doing that, brother. Listen, ladies, y'all don't let JC get away with that. It's not because the woman has low self-esteem. No, it's because that woman is now peaking on late 20s, early 30s, mid 30s. And you know what? They're saying, I see potential in you. So because I see potential in you, I'm going to help you manifest that potential. Because the guy has said a couple jokes she found funny. The guy has complimented her, and she ain't heard nobody compliment her in a while. The guy has offered to do something around the house, and she ain't really had a handyman around the house. So the guy has done guy shit. Simple guy shit. And because you haven't had anyone to do that, this guy now becomes everything. Listen to me, ladies, because I'm about to say something to you. You haven't had a man do those things. So when you get a man to do a small portion of those things, you now elevate that man to the man of your dreams or the man good enough to fulfill your dreams. That doesn't mean he's articulate. That doesn't mean he's educated. That doesn't mean he wants to be in a committed relationship. But you put him in that relationship. Before you know it, he was washing your car. He was volunteering to do stuff for your kids. He was complimenting you every chance he got. He was noticing that you got your hair done, nails done, everything done. He was noticing you was going to the gym. Hell, he even gave you a ride to the gym and started working out with you. He was doing all the small stuff that you started to appreciate. And because he was doing those small things, you said, you know what? I'm not going to ask you about your education. I'm not going to ask you if you want kids. I'm not going to ask you if you want a long-term relationship. I'm going to promote you. What happens is ladies promote men to those positions, and then they find out that those men, one, they wasn't worthy of their time. Two, they didn't care about being in that position. Three, they needed them. They needed them. They needed you to put them in a position financially. They needed to put you in a position socially. They needed to put you in a position mentally. They needed you. Don't find a man who wants you but don't need you. Find a man who wants you but don't need you. That means he's educated. He's doing his thing. And when y'all come together, y'all building. You're not building lopsided. You're building from a strong foundation up. Instead of you building him up to meet where you're at. Find someone who complements your swag. Talk to me, JC.
Yeah, you know, I'm just saying, like I said, y'all both want to help me, but if she has to keep doing everything, she might as well just be single. But y'all both supposed to come together and elevate each other and take each other to new heights, new limits, you know. But a lot of times, you're dealing with guys who you still have the baby, you still have the mother, you still have the coddle, and that's really unfair for her. And then sometimes men get involved with women that's not really his type, or he has to, retrain her and stuff. So, it works both ways. Both genders have to do a better job with having a precise message and what they really want out of each other.
No doubt.
It'd be
Renee,
fun.
Renee, I see your comment and I see Michelle. Listen, let me tell you something. What I'm doing, first of all, is I'm layering the conversation, So I talked about the women, right? I talked about the women and how they kind of pull men and put them in positions. But fellas, let me holler at you. Since Renee was like, why you putting all the on the no, it's not that type of conversation. But let me talk to y'all real quick. Fellas, what you gotta do is you gotta stop finding, okay, egotistical women, materialistical women. Okay, you got to stop finding women who are all about a dollar. You see what I'm saying? They're all about finding out what you have. And I'm not talking about what are you educated. I'm not talking about do you take care of your kids. They want to know what you're going to buy them. They want to know what you have in the bank so that way they can take it out the bank and go do things. It's one thing to have a free conversation, but it's another thing to be charged for your conversation. My thing about it is I would advise men, of course, to date, find someone that you want to date, you want to talk to, you want to have a good time with. But if a woman is always talking about going in your pockets, and she's always talking about covering her bills or doing things like that, and y'all really not in a relationship, y'all just kind of, dating on and off or whatever case be, you shouldn't be financially supporting her. Period. Renee, you wanted me to talk to the guys? I'm talking to the guys. You should not be financially supporting her. So if she's coming out her mouth, I need you to pay my light bill. I don't live with you. I need you to pay my cell phone bill. I don't use your cell phone. I need you to pay my school book tuition. I don't read good out loud, and I ain't paying for your books.
No, but sometimes women they'll be like, well, I'm giving you sex, I'm giving you, my thoughts, I'm giving you my body, so
What you just say, JC? What
I'm
you just
giving you
say?
my body, I'm giving you sex, why can I not get something from the
JC, say that one more
return,
time. I swear to God. Say it one more time, JC. I'm gonna come
I
right through this
said,
phone. Say it again, bro. Say it again.
she's
Say it
like, I'm
again.
giving you my body, I'm giving you sex, so why can you
I
not help
can't.
me
I
out?
can't. I quit. I quit. Listen, let me tell you something. Brother, I have four babies. I have four daughters, right? Actually, biological four, but five, really, right? Listen, let me tell you something. You know what I would never tell my daughters? That their vagina means more than a man's penis. I would never teach them that. Y'all think I'm lying. Hold on, let me show y'all something. Because I like to tell people. Hold on, let me. Can I do this real quick? Can I do it real quick? These are my babies, man. These are my babies, man. Okay? This is my other daughter, okay? All right, so since we got out the way, I would never tell them that their vagina means more than a man's penis. And the problem is that we for some type of way we've given women that power that their vagina is more important than a man's penis. First of all, I'm not paying to have sex with a woman, because if I have to pay to have sex with a woman, she a prostitute. She a prostitute. If a man pays you to have sex, then you're propositioning him to pay for sex. What's the difference between you and a prostitute? Y'all both getting paid. But here's the thing, you know what's so funny? If you don't feel that a man, and that's why men are so devalued. Because if a man doesn't pride himself on saying, okay, well, my penis is just as good as your vagina, we equal. We starting off equal. Unless I come as a man and my penis is small or your vagina is dry. Let's just be real. So if you both come, say you got good for JJ and he got good ding ding, y'all doing a damn thing. You starting off on a balanced level. And see that when you talk to grown women know that. Grown women know that. So they're not putting themselves above you. Marlon says it's tricky either way. It is definitely is, but if you have a woman that values what she brings to the table sexually, more than what you bring to the table sexually, it's already a lopsided situation because now you feel like your vagina, your worth is more than my worth, and that should never happen. That should never happen, especially for women that ain't really good in bed and they just lay on their back. I mean, let's just be real. You know what I'm saying? If I'm doing all the work, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but you value yourself more than me. That doesn't make sense to me. That don't make sense to me. Talk to me, JC.
No, I mean, like I said, it is equal. I mean, you're both are having sex with each other. You're both are receiving or giving, and it is equal. But the reason why it's viewed differently because men are out here thirsty for a woman's vagina. You know, it's not like the other way around where she's worried about getting dick when she wants to. She can get that whenever she wants to. So that's why there is a double standard.
You know what? I agree. Um, the percentage of me agreeing with you is high. Okay. However, we have to stop thinking that when you say females could get penis anytime they want. Well, no disrespect, but men can too, depending on what man it is. You see what I'm saying? So if a man is in the same position a woman is to say, okay, I can call or I can go somewhere, I can do just like you could do. So again, depending on the person and the situation, I just see it as equal. And once you go into a situation and it's equal, you start off on an equal playing field. You got money in the bank, cool. I got money in the bank. You got a car, I got a car. You got a career, I got a career. You got a kid, I got a kid. You got a penis. I mean, you got a vagina, I got a penis. Okay, still even across the board. So with that being said, we're starting off equal. You understand what I'm saying? If you got a 150 credit score, I got a 150. We started off equal. You understand what I'm saying? So here's the thing, man. You know, it's not bad to have a little bit more than someone else, but when you start coming in there because I have a vagina, I make my worth means more than yours. Like no real man is going to tolerate that. No real alpha male is not going like what? I mean, they're gonna look at you funny. They're gonna question that, man. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me, man.
No,
Mark, there's
Marlon,
some
so
good
you have
comments
some
coming in.
kids smashing brothers, having them living their life where they're playing for all the bills. They're basically paying for dick. That's funny.
Renee said something pretty good. I'm gonna read Renee's because Renee been on the roll tonight. Most men don't care what she do in bed as long, I guess it's as long as she has a nice body and pretty face, IG model status. So here's the thing, ladies. I'm gonna use an analogy. I like to use analogy. You know, on Christmas when your kids get a new toy and they love that toy, they're like, "Oh my God, it's everything I wanted." And then after a week, they get tired of it. They on to the next thing. That's the that's the way men would be with IG models. Because if they say, "Oh my God, her body's banging, she's everything," right? Then after a week, they start talking to her. She has no goals. She can't cook. She don't like kids. She's materialistic. She's petty. She's vindictive. She's always talking about people. She has a bad attitude. Hell, she might even have an odor. Ladies and gentlemen, stop thinking because somebody has a big chest and a fat ass and they got a cute smile, they're outdoing you. They're not outdoing you. They're using their God-given attributes for those people who have it naturally or enhanced by some type of way. They're using those attributes to promote themselves in that light. However, they're not promoting themselves to be wives. That's not what that's for. That's not what that's for. So you can't say if you're promoting yourself to be a wife, to be a partner, to be a role model, to be a motherly figure, to be a friend, to be a confidant, to be a lover. You can't compare yourself to an IG model because an IG model is promoting something different than you are. So therefore, it's no competition. It's two different highways. So if a man just happens to be driving on I want to get married, I want to find a beautiful woman. Oh my God. Oh shit, that's IG model. The hell? Oh shit. Okay, all right. I seen enough. Time to go. You got to understand what the concept is, y'all. Just got to understand what the concept is. Don't get
Yeah,
bent out of shape.
yeah, you're right about that. I mean, like I said, he might look at an Instagram model, so she may be good to play with a week or so, but you gotta have more substance, and that's what a lot of women feel like they don't lack they don't have that substance that a man, cares for as far as longevity, not just for the short term,
No doubt. Hopefully, is that Sammy? Hopefully, I answered what Renee said. I got a fake chest for a reason and small butt. And I don't care what people say. Yeah, I mean, and listen, to each their own. What I found out is, especially kind of moving around YouTube these last couple months or whatever, especially since being retired. I've noticed that it's so many people. Like you'll have one person that love chicken wings, right? And there'll be 100 people that love whatever they post, right? And you have another person that hate chicken wings, and there'll be 100 people that love what they post. It is someone out there that's going to vibe and understand with what and relate to what it is that you promote. I'm telling you, who you are, how you dress, how you talk. There's going to always be someone. You just have to make yourself available and network to get to those people who understand, support, and like you.
Okay, Miss Renee, she had a good question. She said, "But most men chase these women that you compare them to. What men you know are chasing a lady with a little gut? Most men are chasing pretty faces. Come on, let's be real. You
Who
know,
said that?
Miss Renee, that's what she said. That's what I
Okay.
was saying earlier. That's what I was saying earlier. As far as we'll say we want the classy woman, woman that's not sleeping around, but we'll go after and lust after the woman that has the breast, the ass that we're looking for. That's what."
Renee, Renee, listen to me. Listen to me. I want y'all to think in the movie realm, right? Motion picture. The woman the woman that has caught that man's eye temporarily, the one that he thought he wanted because she was just every mwah, right? He talked to the woman that was his confidant. He relied on the woman that was giving him advice about his children, giving him advice or being a confidant for his workplace or talking about the gym or noticing the small things that was happening with him. And what that man found out was I wanted the other woman, the mwah, temporarily. Because who stole my heart, who won me over, was the one that I could confide in, the one that I could trust, the one that I actually was building myself up, evolving, maturing, or whatever the case may be. I think that women have been sold a narrative that they need to look a certain way, sound a certain way, and act a certain way. But really, at the end of the day, how many IG models are really getting married and they stay married long term? You have to understand that once you jump into that realm and say, I'm an IG model and I carry myself a certain type of way. Well, if you do that, guess what? If a man prides himself on finding a woman that looks like that, ladies and gentlemen, that man's eyes is always going to wonder. That little gut that you just said, there are men out there that love that. You have to find that type of man. Or are you finding a man that's so fixated on the IG models, they don't see you. They don't have a conversation with you. Hell, they never see you in a bathing suit. Huh? They never see you if you take off your hair, if you got a wig. You know what I'm saying? Find someone who's going to love and appreciate you and not chasing and fixated on an IG model or not fixated on watching something temporarily and they're looking and trying to build on something positive and permanent.
What's going on, Q? Yeah, like I said, men sitting there lusting after those type of women. Those aren't the type of women he can bring home to his parents. Not the type of woman he can bring to a outing, to a family event, to his coworkers, bosses, etc. Those are just women that he'll sit there, he'll bang you, and that's it. You'll be one of the one and done type of woman. He's not going to be the type of woman that's going to be longevity for him. So that's what a lot of women have to realize that it may be good as far as for right now, temporarily, but long run, that's not what a man is looking for.
JC, you know what, man? It's so funny, man, because I think women need to hear this, and I think guys need to hear this too, man. I think that sometimes we get into situations where we really want shit to work. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all stop texting for me. Listen to what I'm saying. We get into a relationship where we just really want the relationship to work. We really want this person to be the one. And when that person, for some reason, doesn't become the one or doesn't last to be the one, we get our hearts broke. And when we get our hearts broke, we turn cold and we start doing things that we wouldn't normally do. I say to that, get back on your positive. Find yourself. Once you create a space where you say, you know what, I've been through something, I've survived it, and now I'm a victor. I'm a victor, not a victim. Some people pride themselves on being victims of something. And when you pride yourself on being a victim, you carry yourself in a certain type of way. You carry yourself in a mentality that no one can be good. No one can do great things for me. And when you start looking at life like that, and you look at men or you look at women like that, you carry this bitterness inside you that clouds your judgment. So when you get back to knowing and loving yourself, you can say, you know what, I can make good decisions. There are good people out there. I just got to get out my rut. I got to stop going into the hole in the walls and start going out there and networking in life and finding the good people. JC, talk to me, bro.
Yeah, you're right about that. Let's go back to the topic as far as, men and women need to get married. We need to see more people get married instead of more baby showers, especially the teenagers getting pregnant, having all these baby showers like we talked about before in previous videos. Let's see more going, let's see more weddings. Let's go out here and actually date and court for real, not just be playing around and just BSing. Let's play to win and actually value family and value our women.
That was a good point. That was a good point. You know what, JC? Check this out, man. That was a good point. I want y'all to really, you know what I'm saying? No, I mean, honestly, that was a good point. Y'all make sure y'all holler at JC on YouTube, Everyday Thoughts. Make sure y'all go subscribe to his channel. He's doing big things, always a big advocate for making sure he has a voice for the women and doing big things. But I know I like to talk to JC because we don't always see eye to eye. You know what I mean? But and if you're on YouTube, you just happen to be there, holler at me, Mr. KTU 101. Subscribe to the channel, reach out to me. I'm on all social media platforms. Love to have the hard conversation. So back to the topic. Why should people get married? Ladies and gentlemen, if you find somebody that can communicate, that's consistent, that's spontaneous, that's patient, that understands the difference between having an argument and having a solution in a timely fashion versus having an argument in a total fallout or a brawl. Find people that are willing to meet you halfway. Find people that are willing to meet you halfway. And somebody might say, well, where do I find these people at? Well, you see them every day. You just haven't been man or woman enough to have a conversation. You just haven't been man or woman enough to say, hey, well, let's go out for coffee. Let's go out for lunch. Now it's time to break the barrier and say, stop being a victim and let me be a victor and do things that really promote me getting outside the box. Stop listening to people that have been in broken relationships, that haven't recovered yet. Those are not the people you want to hang around. Those are not the people you want to get relationship advice from. And you damn sure don't want to get relationship advice from someone who's struggling in their marriage. I'm just saying. I'm like, no. You hate your wife. You know what I'm saying? You cheating on your husband. No. I don't need no advice from you. You obviously doing it damn wrong. You know what I'm saying? You want to get advice. You want to get healthy advice. That's what you want to do. Get healthy advice. And healthy advice can be said in private, can be said in public, can be shared in front of a group of people. Healthy advice. Healthy advice. Somebody talk to me.
Yeah, and I just want what's going on, Connie. I want to ask you a question about, like how long should a couple wait to get married? I'm on record. I said no longer than 2 years. What's your take on that? How long a couple should be married if they've been exclusively dating?
You know what, man? I've never sat down and really analyzed that in reference to how long a couple should wait. I believe that if you are dealing with each other for a year and you guys have been able to not only go through the honeymoon phase, but you've been able to go through the trial and tribulation phase, like major things have happened where other people would have broke up. Other people would have said things that's so out of line that you don't want to be with them. or things that have happened where you just cannot reconcile. If you find yourself dealing with someone who doesn't take a situation, a small, minute situation, and blow it out of proportion, and it lasts for weeks and weeks and weeks, then those are people that you need to think about keeping in your life. Those are people you need to think about building, because those people are going to realize the big picture. The big picture, which is saying, I'm looking for a team player. I'm looking for a starter. You understand what I'm saying? I'm looking for somebody to pass the rock to and to pass the rock to me. And if I just happen to stumble, they can carry the rock for me one more step until I can gain my grip and get back up. You are looking for a partner, someone who understands their position, and it's no questions asked. That means they can go to Cancun, they can go to Freaknik, they can go wherever but they know what they have at home. They know who you are. They know what they're about, and they're not about to jeopardize those things. Someone you can trust and can trust you and don't have to question everything you do. Once you develop that, that's powerful. Can't nobody come between that. You see what I'm saying? But do not ever get married and you've never been through a gauntlet of hardship. You've never had a disagreement. You've never talked about children. You never talked about life. Never just jump into a relationship and you've never had the hard conversations. Talk to me, bro.
Yeah, you're right about that. I mean, a lot of times people just get married just to say they're married, but they don't want to, go along with the commitment. Like I said, some people they still want to act single when they're married. So I feel like if you're gonna get married, this is y'all agree to be exclusive, y'all agree to be monogamous, then that needs to be the only person you need to be involved with. You need to be able to cut people off. Cut the little friends off that you've dealt with a year ago, 2 years ago, previous lovers, because this is the person you're trying to be with. But a lot of times people just, they want the marriage, they want the ceremony, but they don't want the commitment that goes along with it. So I don't feel like a lot of people are really committed to that person. They just want the marriage or the ring and not the responsibility that
You
comes
know
with
what?
it.
That was that last part. A lot of people don't want the commitment. They just want the ring. They just want the title. I don't know too many guys that when I was growing up was like, man, I can't wait to get married, bro. The white picket fence that wasn't a dream with the guys that I knew. Now, for the women that I knew, for the young girls that grew up, that was their dream. Man, I want to get married. I want to have a son and a daughter. I want to have a white picket fence and a big house. And that was their dream. But now, you know what I'm saying, late 30s or whatever case be, I find a lot more women are more serious about why they're dating. Whereas men now, some people say it's midlife crisis, but I think that men, for those men that they were not popular in high school, they didn't get the girl that they wanted, they wasn't, the jock or whatever shortcomings they had growing up. Now, for some reason, now in their 30s and 40s and 50s, they found their niche. You understand what I'm saying? They found their niche. That means, oh shit, I know how to tie a tie now. Oh shit. I know how to clean my car. Oh shit. I got a couple dollars in the bank. Oh shit. So now it's like, okay, well, now I want to play the field. Now I want to relive high school and middle school and college. Now I want to go back. So it's almost a reverse. It's as women are maturing, men are, I wouldn't say not maturing, but they're stagnant on committing. So now you have to find the man that says, you know what, I was that jock in school. You know what I'm saying? I was wearing ties back in the day. I've been knew how to clean up my car. I was already maturing because I was running through girls in high school or in college or what. So now you need to find someone that's on the same level as you. That means ready to commit, ready to settle down and move forward because they've gotten that out their system. You understand what I'm saying? They've gotten that out their system. A lot of times women meet men who fit the narrative of, I haven't got that shit out my system. I haven't got it out my system. And I guess for a lot of women, they don't realize that, well, why is this man so immature? And I don't feel like he's immature. I would say that he's just trying to rekindle a life that he thought he should have when he was younger. But now that he's in a position to have it, he's having it. That's like Stella getting her groove back. He's finding his groove. Talk to me.
Yeah, okay. Like I was saying in the beginning, of the video, I was saying that is it important for a man to live life, you know, go out there and travel, live life, and be with multiple women. Not saying that you know you have to be with multiple women, but isn't this to get yourself established because you know your early 20s, you're still trying to figure out who you are. You're still trying to have an identity of who you are. So, wouldn't it just be best to just try to figure out what you're about and find out who you are before you try to go out here and try to commit to somebody you don't even know your identity or you because you've been conditioned by your parents and school, etc. You know.
You know what, man? Since there are a lot of single parents households out there, and there are not a lot of couples raising children. So let me kind of harp on that just for a second. Ladies, if you're raising a son or daughter and you're doing it by yourself, and I'm not talking about, this guy's in your life, he's paying child support, he's a good co-parent, he's coming around doing the things that he needs. I'm talking about you by your damn self. You ain't got no help, right? I'm talking to you right now, right? You have to be cognizant of how you're raising your kids. Whatever pain, whatever issues, whatever trial and tribulations that you went through, you have to be cognizant on what it is you display to your children and what mindset you put them in about the opposite sex, about their parents, and about life. I say that to say this, because you can damage your child and they grow up with that mentality to where now they don't want to be married because they seen you go through the rigmarole in a marriage. You stayed in an abusive marriage. You cheated on your husband, or you cheated on your wife, or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. My thing about it is, we as parents, and I don't have to school y'all because I know y'all smart people, but we have this responsibility as parents that's astronomical. And I think that sometimes single parents, they put on this badge of honor and they're so busy promoting, I'm a single parent, I'm a single parent, I'm a single parent, because you just want someone to know that you're doing the damn thing. And I applaud that. But you have to understand that you being a single parent will not relieve you of the responsibility of making sure that those kids or child is well balanced. You're going to be the nucleus for that child's growth, that child, how he deals with the community, how she deals with life, how she deals with love, how he deals with treating women. You're going to be the nucleus of that. And if you fail, that child is going to end up dead, or that child is going to end up incarcerated, or that child is going to end up in an abusive relationship because we failed as parents. Talk to me, bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. It's all about how you grow, how you raise your kids, and I'm always about you know male accountability. Because you are a lot of single mothers that are out there doing it by themselves, and we do need more men to step up and teach these young men, teach these young girls, you know, how to act and how to be well behaved and be disciplined as well too. You know. So yeah, everything should be on the mother. That's why we have to be better fathers and be better leaders and get more guidance counseling, get more stepfathers, get more you know male involvement because I feel like a lot of times the only time you really see a male is you know when you're watching the TV or you're watching rap or there's not that many people, that many males as janitors, as teachers, etc. You know, or maybe you play a sport or something like that. That's the only time you really see a male figure. You know, other than that, you just see a lot of females and a lot of men haven't really seen a lot of men teaching or showing or grooming them and stuff.
I was I was talking to somebody very special to me, bro. You know what I mean? And I was talking to them, and I was talking about success. And she hit me and she said, "Well, success is different based on who you are." And I said, "Yeah, I know that." She said, "You're not listening. Success is different based on who you are." Ladies, that man that's a janitor, that man that's a dump truck driver, that man that's a school bus operator, that man that's the manager at McDonald's or whatever it could be, that could be a good man. That could be a good man. Fellas, that female that just happens to be, posting every now and then, you know what I'm saying, looking for attention or whatever. However, she's going to school and she got a good head on her shoulders and, she's just trying to, discover life and discover herself. She could be a good woman. She could be a single parent. She could have numerous kids. We have to stop categorizing people to say if you don't have this, this, and this, and this, then you're a bad person. We have to find out if they have the potential to meet the standards that we've set personally for ourselves and say, you know what? You are very articulate. You just don't have a master's degree. You are good with your finances. You just never started a career. Oh, you want to have a baby, but you're just not in a position where you can get pregnant. We got to take the time and find out what's your story. What's your story? Wait, before y'all click off the live, what's your story? But be willing to listen to the entire story before you start judging. Some of us, we read the book cover. The book cover's torn, so we don't open the book. The book cover got too many words, so we don't open the book. The book color ain't the color that we want and we like or we appreciate, so we don't open the book. We got to get past that. We got to get past that. Talk to me, bro.
Yeah, you're right about that. We gotta get past the drama. Michelle said, "Be king, take care of your children. If you don't stay with that person, don't mean you still have to raise your kids." Yeah, she made a good point. Just because you're not together with the mother, you still have to provide. You still have to be that parent for that child, and the child does need both parents.
We need to get back. I don't think we ever left the topic, but the fact of the matter is why people are not getting married. People are not getting married because we don't encourage marriage in the Black community. Facts, don't play with me. We do not encourage togetherness. We do not encourage building. We do not encourage trust and loyalty. We don't. We encourage the opposite. And we've been talking about the opposite for quite some time, so I don't want to waste your guys' time talking about that. But we don't encourage togetherness. We don't encourage Black men and Black women being strong together. No, no, no. We encourage exposing motherfuckers. That's what we encourage. But we don't encourage being together. We don't encourage sitting down and saying, hey, let's date. Let's just take a trip. You know what I'm saying? Let's goddamn it, if we gonna have sex, let's sweat these sheets out. I'm about to mess your hair up. We don't encourage just embracing one another, saying it's okay to cry on my shoulder. We want our women to be hard. We want our men to be harder. we want our kids to act a certain type of way as if they've already went through lives. It's like we want our 5 and 6 and 7-year-olds to act like they're 19-year-olds. Let them grow up. Let them develop. You put weave in their hair, it's like, what are we doing? We're not allowing them to be children because everything is so fast. Everything is so instant. We don't take the time to create shit. Everything is instant. No one's cooking shit. Cooking relationships, cooking love, cooking trust, cooking loyalty. Hell no. We microwaving hate. We microwaving sabotage. We microwaving exposing. We microwaving goddamn blinging and being lit. We microwaving all the quick shit, but all the things that take time, we don't care about. Talk to me, bro.
Yeah, we don't really fall in together in this as far as generational wealth. That's why I saw Russell Wilson. He got a big contract with his wife. I was really happy to see that. He's a man of God. He's a man that has his family taken care of, and that's one thing I like seeing. I like seeing men step up with the kids, the wives, etc. That's one thing we got to see more of. Within the Black community. But even seeing that image in that video, him and Sierra, we still had a lot of men still degrading that brother. Why you getting with Sierra? She done been with so many dudes, etc. So it's just every time you see positivity within Black community, we always find some way to recognize it and negate it. Always want to put something negative on it. Same thing with the whole Nipsey Hustle. He's doing good as far as community, but yet we still got people talking about, oh, he's still a gangbanger, he's still a thug, etc. So every time we do something good, it's like we can't really accept it and embrace it. We always have to find some kind of negativity story to go along with the positivity.
I'm looking at Rose, Victoria, Marlon, Michelle, Victoria, I'm looking at all of the comments, and first of all, I'm pretty sure JC gonna say it, but definitely appreciate all the feedback. That is wonderful. I appreciate it. That's awesome. But for all the women and for the fellas that say, I've been in bad relationships, abusive relationships, and I'm just trying to kind of get back to me, or I took some time to find out who I was and rediscover myself. Ladies and gentlemen, please stop doing the normal shit that you used to do. Stop saying that, I was in a bad situation, I was in a rut, but I still have the same mind capacity or the mental capacity. I'm saying find you somebody that's motivated about life. I know what I'm saying might be going over people's head. I'm going to slow the hell down, okay? Find someone that every single time you listen to them, talk to them, you hear their voice, it does something to your soul. It motivates you. I'm telling you right now, it's going to open up doors. It's going to get you in the door around the person that you want to be in a relationship with, that you want to partner with. If you are still feeling like I am in a rut because of what somebody done to you, stop letting that man or that woman have hold of your life, your mind, how you move. You've gained weight because you're so depressed. You've lost weight because you're so depressed. You stop going out. You stop carrying yourself as if I don't know my worth. I don't know if I'm beautiful. I don't know if I'm handsome because the last person didn't tell me I was handsome. The last person ain't tell me I was beautiful. Here's the thing. If you want to get married and that's how your end state will be, then get off your ass. Get off your ass and go do something. Get off your ass. It's not going to be watching the Real Housewives of Atlanta and all this other. It's going to be you finding a positive group of friends that travel. That's getting money. That's handling business. You guys are talking about success. You ain't got time to be petty. You understand what I'm saying? I guarantee you'll find someone in the next year if you take that advice. You'll find someone that's a team player if you take that advice, because you're going to be able to weed out knuckleheads, that goes for male and females, and you're going to put people on your team that are worth something. Somebody talk to me, bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just because you had a previous bad relationship, a previous bad marriage doesn't mean you can't find love. You can't find someone that's going to value you, appreciate you, you know. Everybody come in your life for seasons, journeys, like lifetime. Everybody come in your reasons for a different agenda. You know, you just got to embrace the positivity, and you have to self-assess your negativity, your flaws, and just try to learn from it, get better, and stop trying to take it in as criticism, but just try to make sure you can throw it out in a positive direction. That's one thing we tend to just look at the negative, look at the positive. Remind yourself that you are awesome, you are amazing, and there are some stuff you did do good, also stuff that you got to self improve on. That's the journey of life. You keep getting knocked down, but you got to pick yourself back up.
Let me show y'all the power of positivity. I'm gonna show y'all the power of positivity. Everybody that's listening to this live right now, I'm asking you to share. Just hit share. JC is going to be able to see you sharing it at the top. And as they share, JC, give them a shout out. Because this is how you know the mindset of people. We're not cursing, we're not downgrading nobody, we're not disrespecting women, we're not disrespecting men, but we're having a real conversation. So give them a shout out, JC, if they're sharing it. Because that's what this is about, bro. Actually spreading a message that means something, that's worthwhile.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I said, yeah, change your mindset. You gotta understand. Like I said, your ex, they might have did you wrong, but like I said, you probably hurt somebody else too. Like I said, I appreciate everybody joining in. What's going on, LaWanda, Jamia, Michelle, Tyler, Rose, Precious, everybody share this video and stuff. Yeah, make sure y'all check out Mario. He is the GOAT, up and coming superstar, on YouTube and stuff.
I don't know about all that, but I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it, man. So, man, hey, listen, before we wrap this up, man, like I said, man, I always appreciate coming on your platform, man, having these conversations. hopefully, people are rocking and they understand what we coming from. No judgment, if you decided to say, hey, I ain't worrying about what you saying, whatever, whatever. But for those people that took something from this and you feel that somebody else may get something from it, share it with them. Y'all go to YouTube. JC is gonna put the links inside the little box. Hit it, check us out, check out what we're doing on YouTube, what we're talking about, or whatever, and just support us. It's free, so just support us or whatever case be, and see what happens. But I think that just as average men talking about real situations, having the hard conversations, I think is great, especially when you got people like yourselves tuning in, giving great feedback, because you never know what your comment may be a testament for somebody else. JC, I appreciate you, brother. Until next time, man, be safe, be humble, be blessed. I'm gonna
All
holler
right,
at
brother.
you.
Appreciate you joining me. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. And make sure y'all check him out on YouTube. Make sure y'all check him out on Facebook, etc. Thank everybody for joining me tonight. You said Mario needs to come on the panel with you, JC. Yeah, like I say, do a good job. I appreciate for any kind of debate, discussion. Let me know. Just inbox me. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Make sure y'all share this video. Make sure y'all check out Mario and everybody that wanted to debate, discuss with me, any kind of topic. I'm all for it. Thank everybody for tuning in. Everybody have a blessed night. Peace.